APC support boss Mustapha says that the truth must be told. The leadership of APC mandate defenders has expressed support for the chairman of the Presidential Task Force for the control of the COVID-19 pandemic, Mr. Boss Mustapha, who is also the secretary to the government of the Federation, for revealing bitter truths about the poor state of our healthcare system to National Assembly leaders on Thursday. In a statement released to newsmen in Abuja on Friday by the National Publicity Secretary of the group, Mr. Ifeanyi Emeka, the group commended the SGF for being frank in assessments of our healthcare system and recommendations to the leadership of the National Assembly, saying that it is better to say the truth and find lasting solution to the poor state of our healthcare than to live in self-denial while our medical infrastructure deteriorates at the expense of the poor. The group said that Boss Mustapha deserves commendation instead of the bashing and vilification he had been receiving on the social media for being frank, while the leadership of our National Assembly, who have the power to improve budgetary provisions for our poor healthcare systems. Truth must be told, no matter how bitter it may sound, because problem known is half solved, the group said. Asking the question that the group said, do we want a politically correct statement from the SGF while our healthcare infrastructure remains in terrible condition, or do we want frank and true assessment of the situation with the hope of finding solution to our poor healthcare system? Saying it is not time for fault-finding or politically correct statements, but time for unity of purpose, realistic assessment and support for the leadership and members of the task force against COVID-19 as they battle to contain and eradicate the pandemic from Nigeria. We therefore call on our patriotic Nigerians to rally round Boss Mustapha and his team in the outgoing fight against the novel disease. In similar vein, while we call on Nigerians to stay safe in their homes, we also call on Boss Mustapha to refuse to be distracted in the outgoing fight to defeat COVID-19. Together as a people, we shall defeat COVID-19 from our land. Amen. Wow, this is a nice statement, the nice article, the nice one. I think I'm in support of this. I'm very much proud of Boss Mustapha. I'm very much proud of what he did. Look at it. It's despite he has just been elected as the head to fight COVID-19. He still came out and told us truth about our healthcare. He said he never knew that this healthcare is as poor or is as bad as the way it is. Imagine, Nigerians, our government are not doing anything. They are there for their own selfish purpose. Look at our healthcare. Look at the way how bad it is. If this man, Boss Mustapha, has not been appointed as the secretary to the federal government to fight this healthcare, won't have known that this is how Nigerians' healthcare system is. We don't know that he's in a bad shape of position. Wow. I so much envy this man. I so much give him kudos. Despite he knew that if he exposed these people, government, they would definitely sack him or arrest him or take him to court. That's what they always do. If they are being exposed by one of their hates, what they do is to arrest and persecute that person. That is what they do. So he does not care, despite the fact that he knows that this is what they will do to him. He still said the truth. He still exposed the government. He said he never knew. If you don't know something, you can never know. If you have not been to somewhere, you will not know what that person or where that person or what they are doing in that place. If you have not been somewhere, you will not know what position that place is. You wouldn't know. Look at what Boss Mustapha just said. That he did not know that this is how Nigerian healthcare system has been. Wow, until he was made the secretary, the chairman of the presidential task force to control COVID-19 pandemic. So now APC, they are giving him kudos for speaking the truth. In a statement that he released, he said that he released to newsmen in Abuja on Friday. It's by the National Publicity Secretary of the group. That's Ifeanyi Emeka. They commended him. They commended Boss Mustapha for being frank in his statements, for being frank in his assessment of our healthcare system and recommendations to the leadership of the National Assembly. He says that it's better to say the truth. Look at what he said. It's better to say the truth and find lasting solution to the poor state of our healthcare than to live in self-denial while our medical infrastructures dictatorate at the expense of the poor. Imagine that. He cares about the poor. That is why he's saying the truth. If he had not told us the truth, there will be no solution in taking care of the poor. Look at the way it is. Look at the way how the healthcare looks like. If not for the help of Boss Mustapha. Look at what the group said. The group said Mustapha deserved recommendation instead of batching and vilification or vilificating him. He has been receiving so many abuses on social media for being frank with the leadership. Imagine instead of them hailing him, telling him he has done a good job by revealing the truth, but some still criticize him on the social media for being frank with the leadership of our National Assembly, who have made the power to improve budgetary provisions for our poor healthcare system. Imagine. The truth must be told, no matter how bitter it is, no matter how bitter it may sound, because problem known is half solved. That is it. So we must tell the truth the way Mustapha has told us the truth. We now know the way our healthcare is. Nigerian government, we are so wicked. They are so wicked to the extent that they can't even take care of their healthcare. They can't even take care of this system. They can't even take care of Nigerian healthcare system. Imagine that. Thank God that Mustapha was made a chairman of this healthcare task force for the control of COVID-19 pandemic. If not, we wouldn't have known how the Nigerian healthcare has been looking or looks like. So may God bless Boss Mustapha for this, for the truth that he has said, he has told Nigerians concerning healthcare, Nigerian healthcare. And may God continue to put in him the truth, to be able to tell us what is going on in the government house and what is going on under the seats in Aso Rock. So viewers, what is your take concerning what Mustapha has said? Did he what do you want to say? Do you want to say that he has done the right thing to tell us the truth about Nigerian healthcare or not? If you have any comments on that, drop your comment below the comment box. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button to receive notifications whenever I publish new video. And don't forget, share and like this news as well. Thank you as you do. Bye.